welcome to my channel. My name is Nima and this is Here is Nima, where we talk about all things feminine essence, feminine energy, self-love, and development, with a little bit of lifestyle thrown in there, a little bit of fashion and beauty thrown in there, and travel and just anything under the sun. As far as anything that I want to post on here that I feel like is uplifting and is inspiring and motivating for all of us to just be our best selves, live our best lives, and continue to flourish in our feminine essence and, just really truly becoming the women that we're meant to be. That was so beautiful. Pat myself on the back because that was really nice. Y'all know it's been a minute since I have been live. So welcome in, welcome in. I know I usually don't get a whole lot of engagement when I am doing kind of like the random live videos. So I would love to get more consistent with that. But y'all already know I'm a busy lady. I'm running a little business. I shouldn't call it a little business, but I am running a business on the side of, I work. You guys know that I'm in education, and I'm going to be talking a little bit more about that in this video, sort of, kind of, not like totally, but I'm going to bring up, children and things like that, because we're talking about staying playful and keeping our energy light. And don't mind me, I have a little bit of notes right over here so that I don't get too off track. I don't want the video to be too long, but I do want to have a good time and chit chat with y'all, and we'll see if anybody comes into the chat. Otherwise, yeah, I'm just excited to be live again, and I'm excited to just be sharing this with y'all. I honestly got dressed in this kind of mode where I was thinking about this topic, and I was like, it is just so important for us, even in the midst of our busy lives, even in the midst of all the chaos and the stress and the work and the, dealing with family if you have children, or, just dealing with juggling so many different things in life. We all wear so many hats. Women do the most. We do so much. We are, working and working out, and, we're trying to look good, and we're trying to, keep up with all the people and relationships and, family and friends, and attend all the events, and, also try to make time for ourselves and, live our best lives and do all this and decorate. And, there's so many things. Of course, we're in the holidays, y'all. Like my little tree in the background, y'all remember her. I got this little baby pink poinsettia to use as like the topper this year, so I thought that was really cute. And I still have yet to mount this TV, so God willing, by the end of this year I can get that TV mounted so that my apartment can come together a little bit more in the living room. But we have decorated for Christmas, so I don't know, I feel like I just kind of did a little bit, so I don't know if I'm actually going to show y'all maybe next year when I have like an actual tree. This year I was kind of like, this will do for now. But I'm hoping to catch everything when it's on sale at the end of the year, especially because I won't be here for Christmas. I'll actually be out of town. So I will be sharing more about that later. And yeah. So we're decorated for Christmas. We're definitely in the Christmas feels. I'm also going to show y'all my little cup. Isn't she cute? It has my name on it. This was a gift. And just a bunch of little mittens and stuff. That's just some water. I'm about to be talking a lot, so yeah. Anyways, guys, okay, back to the topic. So, staying playful and keeping your energy light, and just making sure that we're staying in our feminine energy this time of the year, and at any point in time of the year, and not getting so busy that we are not being intentional, making sure that we are doing what we need to do to keep our energy light and to stay in that mode. Why? Because it's the best for us, because it's the best for, everybody around us, so that we can be our best selves and be showing up in our best light, and so that we can also be happy, And I think for me, like, when I am intentional about all the things I'm going to share with you, just making sure that I am protecting my own feminine energy and essence, and, that I'm able to keep my energy light, I'm able to stay positive and uplifted, and, show up, with that kind of like playful spirit, and that positive, feminine energy and essence, and just kind of have that radiating through me. I feel so much better. I feel good. I feel nourished, and I feel like I'm almost giving a gift to others. I'm giving a gift to them from my overflow and from just all of what I've done to be able to keep that for myself and to show up with that. So it ends up being a gift, really, truly. And you'll hear people tell you, make comments of like, it's not really something that can necessarily always be verbalized, but people may say like, I just love your energy, or you're just so like kind, or you're just so sweet, or you just have good vibes, Nima. Like you're just good vibes, and you know, for me, like I know that I'm a big personality, and I just if we're friends, or if you know me and you're familiar with me, then you know what I'm talking about. Like I am just the type of person that when I feel something, or I want to say something, or whatever the case may be, I'm gonna find a way to say it. And I may not. I always want to be kind. I always want to be respectful, of course. I'm never like rude, but I do express myself. I think that's the best way to put it. We keep it classy. We keep it, respectful and all of that. But we all say what needs to be said around here, okay? And of course, I love having a YouTube channel for that as well. So I just want to share with you guys some ways that I have been making sure that I'm keeping myself in alignment, and that I am kind of checking my energy at the door, checking myself, and really just making sure that I'm putting those structures in place and those like practices in place in my own life to make sure that I'm keeping myself right, and that I'm able to radiate in my feminine energy and to just be my best self, and keep that for myself, keep that energy light, keep yourself playful and just happy, and really just radiating in your best version of yourself. Okay, so the first one that I have listed on here is allowing yourself to rest and play daily in some way. Now I told you guys, or I'm not sure if I mentioned this or not, or maybe I just thought it, but I do work in education, so I do work with children. I was teaching full time. I am no longer a teacher, but I do still work in education. I'm around children all the time, and that is one of the things I love about working with children is you kind of have to be playful in some way. Whether you're just having a conversation with a child, or you're actually physically playing, or you're doing something that is more along the lines of play. Of course, not all the time, especially as an authoritarian, as a teacher, as somebody who has to kind of keep the structure in the classroom and what have you. But you do get that opportunity to just like have playful conversations, or kind of like be silly and just play pretend, and things like that. Especially just being silly. I feel like me, especially with older kids, it's just fun to just be silly and just have little random conversations and just laugh and just just be able to be playful in that way. And then of course, just play in general, physically playing a game, or being able to kind of tap into that childlike version of yourself, and just not even version of yourself, that kind of like just childlike energy, and be able to kind of just tap into that and just have fun in that, relish in that. I think that's really, really good for us, when we are wanting to kind of get back in alignment with our feminine energy, and, get that, kind of like back centered with that. You know what I mean? So if you have kids, I would say make sure to make time to just, be playful with them, be silly with them, even if it's just a couple of minutes every day, just make time to like connect with them and kind of, allow yourself to kind of be in that childlike energy. Okay, that's very good for the feminine. And also to rest, just to simply rest. At some point in the day, one thing I've started doing is, and we'll talk a little bit more about meditation later, but I've started doing a meditation before I go to bed, just to literally calm my nervous system down, to really get my mind quiet, to really just concentrate on my breathing and just really calm my body down. Because I've noticed that especially when I get to bed at the end of the day, my mind is going like a billion miles a minute. My brain is like still like in go mode, and it takes me a while to actually calm down. So having a routine at the end of the night, like before I go to bed, like starting like an hour, before I go to bed, I love to read my romance novels, so I kind of get in my little, dreamy, like fairy tale kind of like, my other world. I get to imagine things. I think that's another really great way to kind of be playful is reading fiction. Reading fiction is a really great way for you to kind of get back to like that childlike, playful imagination, like kind of like vibe and energy because you get to imagine your characters and you imagine what they look like and you imagine what they're how they're saying what they're saying and all of the things, all of the details. So and if you loved reading as a child, then you totally get what I mean when I say that too. I know I did. And so that's also a really great thing. So I've been trying to stay consistent with that. And really, like, there's so many ways that you can incorporate play in your everyday. If you have a pet, playing with your pet, which is super easy and fun to do. Like, we would probably, if you have a dog, like, you probably would want to play with your dog all the time. Or even a cat, just play and just incorporating that in your life. If you have a pet, a child, if you're around children, if you have children or pets, in your family or your immediate kind of like friend group, or even just with what you wear. Like for me, this is like a very like childlike, kind of like playful kind of a look with the space buns and the earrings and just like my makeup is pretty simple, but I had a lot of fun just with this outfit and just like, putting it together and just looking cute. And yeah, I feel like that is a really awesome way that you can play every day is just changing up your clothes, being creative in general. If you're a crafter or if you just want to decorate a room differently or you want to do like something simple, like even going to the Dollar Tree and deciding, hey, I'm going to see what I can do, see what I can make for Christmas for my house on a budget, DIY style. I recently just did like a DIY kind of like this table that I was going to use as a vanity. I got it like for 30 bucks on Facebook Marketplace. But I realized that I actually don't like it as a vanity now that it's done. I just literally got some furniture paint and I painted it silver. And I realized I don't want to use it as a silver vanity, even though it could be. I want to use it as a desk. So totally unrelated, I suppose, but that for me was like really fun, just kind of like going and getting the paint and thinking, okay, how am I going to do this? And then looking online for the table and then finding it and then being like, you know what, I'm going to create something. I've never done anything like this before. I'm just going to do it. And it was really cost effective, but it was also just really a great way for me to kind of like just do something that's like a little bit different. I mean, I don't know if I'd necessarily call it play, but you can, just be creative, kind of learning to do something new, doing something different that you've never done before along those same lines. So doing your makeup differently, doing an outfit that's different, being creative with that. That's like, us girls who played dress up all the time growing up. Rearranging your home, entertaining. I recently had a friend for dinner. And she came over and I got like this tablecloth and I was like, okay, I want to make sure it's all decorated for Christmas by the time she comes. And, just getting the candles and getting the little centerpiece for the table and creating like our little menu. We had like salmon and we had this cauliflower rice and vegetables and it was really keto friendly, which I'm hoping to be sharing more information like in future videos about my keto journey. I've been trying to do that. But she was good with it. She brought over some wine. We had a great dinner. We had cheesecake for dessert. And it was just fun kind of creating kind of like, okay, what are we going to eat? How are we going to do this? What am I going to have like little appetizers and stuff? Just, that was really fun for me. So, and then of course, like spending time with friends and, trusted friends where you're able to like, talk with them and you're able to vent and you're able to really have like those connection kind of like chit chats. How us girls, we love our good girl chats. Our girl chats are like everything for us. If you know, like that's just what it is. Like a good girl chat can literally change your entire mood. So that is absolutely a feminine energy like a thing. When you are together with your friends who you trust, who you can confide in, who you can kind of bounce off of your emotions, you can share with them, they can share with you, and you guys can just have that time to connect and to just verbalize just everything I really just kind of connect in that way. That is super special. So that's also another thing that I would encourage you to do. I recently had a friend, different friend, who was going through, kind of a hard time. And, we kind of hadn't talked for a couple of weeks, which is not like us. So, I was like, at first I was like, oh, maybe she just kind of needs some space to like sort through whatever it is that she's going through. And then I'll reach back out to her. But I was just kind of like, you know what? This is the time to be a good friend. Let me go ahead and call her, after like maybe a week or two. I think I decided, let me just go ahead and call her and check on her. If she doesn't answer, it's fine, but let me just at least try, because I know I'd want somebody to do that for me. And we got to connect like the next day after I called her, and we just talked and talked and talked for like 2 hours, which is, that's how I talk to my friends on the phone. I don't know about y'all, but I feel so good after I do have my girl chats, and especially when we're in person, but even on the phone, I feel so good about that. And that is definitely a very feminine thing. Throughout time, like, we have actually evolved to connect with each other that way. So it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It's something that you absolutely should be doing. Even if your friends live in different parts of the world or the country, just make sure that you have that connection, and that you are getting that in on a regular to at least semi-regular basis. Another thing that is really, really awesome that I have been doing literally since I was 10 or 11 years old is journaling, keeping a diary, and just writing down your emotions, and not just when you are happy or sad or what have you. Of course, when you're not feeling well, when you're kind of sad, when something's on your mind, it definitely feels good and cathartic to be able to journal it out. But even when you're not, like, even when you are, like, for me, I do love scripting from time to time. I used to be more consistent with it. Now I kind of just do it as I feel led to. So, when I'm just kind of like really, really wanting, I'm really like feeling excited and happy for my future and things that I'm wanting for myself, things that I know are going to be coming for me and things that I'm working towards, I will get my journal out and I'll script. And I'll just, write about how I'm feeling so happy and excited for this thing to happen for me, and just kind of relishing in those like positive emotions. And just reinforcing that through the scripting is really, really good. It's really great for manifesting, of course, but it's also just really good for you to just stay in alignment and to stay positive and uplifted and in your feminine, where, when we are aligned with our feminine energy, you get to have, first of all, you're happier. Second of all, you get more of the things that you want. And it's so amazing because, like, the more inner work that I've done to where I have become more aligned in my feminine, and even when I do get out of alignment, something happens, there's a shift, things don't, life is lifing, right? I realize I'm able to kind of like do some of these things I'm sharing with you and like bounce back and like shift back, because life is not a straight line, right? We are not going to be the same every single day. Things are going to happen. We are going to be, in different mindsets, different mind states. We are not going to be perfect 100% of the time. Sometimes, even if you know better, you might not always do better. It's normal. It's a part of life. We're human at the end of the day. But to be able to kind of have that bounce back rate, like, speed up, at one point in my life, like, it took me like a week to bounce back from certain things. And now it's like, okay, it's more like a day or two or maybe 3 at most, but like, I'm getting better. I'm getting better, and I'm getting more aligned, and I'm getting older also, and I'm learning, and I'm getting to a point where I'm more self-regulated. Like, my emotions are more regulated. So I think that just kind of comes with doing inner work and just self-development, and just continuing to learn and continuing to grow. But yes, I think another thing with that also, as you are on this journey, something that I always really, really try to do, and I was talking with my friend about this the other night, a different friend this time. We got to catch up with all my good girlfriends this weekend, so that was awesome. But we were just talking about, so many different things, but basically, for me, I have to feel my feelings. I have to feel my feelings deeply and fully, and I have to, if it's a negative emotion, I have to go in it. I have to be in it. I almost think for so long, since I basically have started doing the work that I do, the just the inner work and the self-development, I have learned that I go through things quicker when I submerge myself in my emotion. If it's negative, I feel that emotion so deep. I will cry, I will journal it out, I will scream if I need to, I will be angry at the world if I need to, I have to hit rock bottom. Like, and plus, that's like the drama queen in me. I have to hit rock bottom. I have to be like, this is the worst thing ever. I don't know what's gonna happen from here. I'm just gonna give up. I have to let myself go there. Sometimes I'm like, I just have to let myself go there so that I can now feel like, okay, this is the worst it can get. This is the worst case scenario. Okay, now what? And once I kind of allow myself to feel those emotions and I'm at that rock bottom, that's when I start to kind of get back up and be like, you know what? No, this is not true. That's not true. I start rebuilding myself. I start rebuilding, and I start kind of building myself back up and just like getting my stride back. I start, getting my belief in myself back up, and I just allow myself to go through the waves because the thing is, like I said before, we're human, okay? And you're a woman. Like, you're not gonna be the same every day. And as much as I would love to pound it in there every single time and just be like, be positive, be happy, stop saying negative things, blah, 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 and beat myself down, as much as I don't really wish I could do that, but as much as it sounds like it would make you better, it would make you feel better to just keep saying the positive thing. Keep being happy, keep being uplifted, never say anything bad or negative, or don't basically observe those negative emotions and feelings. It makes me feel worse. It makes me feel like I'm a fraud, I'm lying to myself. It makes me feel like I am just lying to myself, and it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel genuine. It doesn't feel right. So I have to let myself get there so that I can build myself back up. I don't know if that's helpful for somebody, hopefully, because, I think a lot of times people are like, well, don't say that, and, stay positive and keep thinking of the best case scenario and blah, blah, blah. But sometimes you just have to feel, not even sometimes, I say all the time, because, and one thing about me is I hate fake anything. I hate fake people. I hate fake, just when you're trying to be like genuine and say something about something, and then somebody gives you like one of those watered down like cliche responses. I hate that. I hate like anything fake, anything that's like not genuine, not authentic. So for me, whenever I come on live or whenever I come on in my YouTube channel or just any time, I try my best to be authentic and I try my best to be genuine. I try not to water down the truth. God, I hate that the worst. That is the worst. When people try to water things down, I'm just like, stop. Like, stop doing that, It sucks and I hate it. It feels super icky to me. So I'm just like people who like give it to you straight, no chaser. Like, tell me the truth. No cap, no filter, no nothing. Like, just tell me the truth and tell me what it really is. But, for me, like, I just try to be like that in my life. I'm really, really big on that. And I don't like it when people try to, like, BS me or anything like that. So staying authentic, I think that's a big key, is just, like, feeling your feelings. Fully feel them. And then you will be surprised at how quickly you get over that thing. Like, allow yourself to feel really sad about what's happening if it's a sad thing. Or even allowing yourself to feel really, really happy. Allowing yourself to feel disappointed. Allowing yourself to get to that point where you're, okay, this is the worst case. But then, building yourself back up, kind of seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, and also knowing that, okay, worst case scenario, I'm still going to be okay, right? Okay, I know I went off on a little tangent. But I basically have just been telling you guys everything that I would plan to tell you anyways. We're not in bullet point form here. We are just chit-chatting. We are girls. Cheers. I'm having a little wine. Just a little bit. So, these are all just really, really things that I've been trying to do to just make sure that I'm staying aligned and in my feminine. Another thing is just pouring energy into yourself your self-care and your self-improvement hobbies. Okay, so pouring energy into yourself, period. Right now I'm actually not on social media, taking a little break until I kind of get out of town for the holidays. I needed to do that. I needed to do that for myself. I was spending so much time on social media, wasting so much time on social media, and not really like putting enough energy and effort into the things that I wanted to. And this has been going on for like a long time. I can't tell you the last time I did like a social media break, but right now I'm on a social media break. Um, and I just need to like wash my hair and make sure I'm doing my skincare and staying on top of my hair care and my skincare and my workout routines. And like all of those things make me feel so good. When my nails are done and my makeup's done and my skin is looking good, which I've actually had really good skin lately. I think because at the same time, of course, we're always doing things to kind of like improve. At the same time, I have been less stressed lately. I think I have just been eating better, number one. That's helped a lot. And even when I don't make it to the gym, I'm still trying to kind of like stay active in other ways. And I love to walk and I love to just kind of like make sure that I'm moving my body. My job, usually I'm on my feet a lot. I get to go outside sometimes with the kiddos. So, even though it's not for very long, I try to kind of just like move a little bit, walk around, sit down, stand up, the whole drill. So basically, I like to kind of like just try my best, even if I don't get a work in that day. Just trying my best. So, anyways, that's kind of what I would suggest is, whenever things aren't going your way, or whenever you're fixated on something, you're starting to obsess about something, going back into yourself. Okay, let me do my skincare. Let me get my nails done. Let me focus on me. Let me go into my hobby. Whether that, for me, I mean, YouTube is a big, thing for me. Anything, anytime, anywhere. Like I'm thinking about videos. I have like a running list of just video ideas in my notes section in my phone. So that's a big one for me. But anything that you do, and I have other things that I do, of course, as well. But just pouring that energy, that focus into yourself. And for me right now, like I was telling you about the social media cleanse, I have been putting a lot of unnecessary energy on social media and other people's, different creators' content and like other people's lives. And I love all my friends and I'm happy for your accomplishments and everything like that. But like at the same time, I gotta focus on me. I gotta love me enough to let that go for now. Push that to the wayside. Let's look at this right here. Let's see what we got to do right here. Where do I need to put my focus in on my life right now? Because I was not doing that. And so I had to get myself into gear right here before the end of the year, before I get in party mode, right? I'm trying to kind of get myself better in alignment with that. So for now, social media is on the back burner, and kind of that's like something that I'm doing for myself to also make sure that I'm putting that energy back into myself, into my self-care, into my self-improvement, my hobbies, different things that are going to benefit me. Okay? Another thing that I feel very strongly is going to help you keep that energy light, keep that energy playful, and stay in alignment with your feminine so you can radiate in your feminine and be your best self and, just show up in your best, your best light and all that jazz, is to get rid of the energy suckers in your life, or if you can't fully get rid of them, limit time and set those boundaries straight, girl. Okay? You've got to be diligent with this. You have got to be intentional with this. You have to strategize. Okay, it's the holidays. We're going to be around a lot of family that we don't typically see. You might be around that aunt who always got something smart to say, or that sibling who's always trying to, compete with you or make you look bad, or, a parent that you may not have the best relationship with, and you already know it's about to be some negativity. You already know that cousin is about to, say something smart or do something, to just make people get all up in their feelings. Like, I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on. We are going to be around all different types of family members, all different types of people, where you may not have an option to just say, hey, gotta cut you off, gotta, you know what I'm saying? So it's up to you. Keep those boundaries rock solid, and limit the time. Limit the time spent. I always say, at work, it can be easy to do this sometimes, and then also sometimes not. But, just focusing on what you have to do, ignore as much as possible of whatever that person is telling you or whatever it is that they're doing, and just focus on your job, focus on your task at hand. And just do your best to keep those boundaries. If you don't have to be in the same space, don't be in the same space. If they say a slick comment, maybe pretend like you don't even hear it. Moving on with life. Put your energy towards the things that you want to focus on. So don't let people kind of get to you. Don't take that in. I know a lot of us are like empaths, and we're like, very sensitive to the things that people say and to the energy that people give us and all of those things. Try to ignore all of that. Try to just focus, again, put your energy and your focus on you. And always assume the best. Always assume that, well, maybe they are having a bad day. Maybe they got something happened, to them or in their life, or, that made them act that way, or that made them say that. Maybe they had a past experience where somebody, did something or said something that made them say what they said or do what they do. Okay? Always try to assume that it's it's people's problem, it's not you, and I would say negative family members, co-workers, and also low effort men, okay? Do not let a low effort man, a man who is not doing what he needs to do to, really intentionally date you, court you, be with you in a meaningful way as far as relationships go. Do not let them steal your shine. Do not let them make you sad. Do not let them, infiltrate that space. And I think for me, like, that is something that I really used to fixate on when I was younger. I really used to let it make me sad. And I really used to let it, like, get me to, it would take me a lot longer to kind of, like, bounce back from, guys I was dating and things didn't work out and different things like that. Just the low effortness of it all is what is funny to me now, because now I'm just like, I'm looking at you crazy, really, really, really crazy if you come at me with some low effort nonsense. And it's just like, I'm not perfect, okay? And I'm not going to sit here and be like, well, it doesn't bother me, and I'm fine, and I'm just a bird in the sky flying with the wind. No. Okay? Yeah, like, it is something that you have to train yourself, and you have to teach yourself, and you have to get yourself to that point where, you know what, I'm just not available for men who are not putting in the necessary effort and putting in the necessary intentionality that needs to be put. In order to be with me, in order to have access to talk to me, in order to have access to see me, in order to, consistently have me in your life, or just to have me in your life, period. Which should be consistently, I guess that goes without saying, but, just in general, right? And I feel like when a man is exhibiting that low effort behavior, I feel like just, like, you don't have to engage. You don't have to reply. You don't have to do anything or say anything. You literally don't. And I think for me, I used to feel the need to say something or to respond, or I would be in my feelings whenever I would encounter these low effort men, right? And now I'm just like, you know what? I'm good. I'm good. And I kid you not, like, if I meet somebody and, like, say we met out, we talked for a couple of days, and, things never really worked out for us to continue talking or to see each other, because that just wasn't the effort that was put in, or things just didn't get to that point because he was lacking, he was not doing what he was supposed to do, you know what I'm saying? And that was, that's the thing when you're dealing with women. And ladies, you already know, like, if a guy is kind of coming at you with, like, energy that's, like, not, like, very, very focused on you and like intentional and like, okay, this is what I want. Like he knows what he wants. He's trying to be with you, and that's it. Then you're not gonna be like that with him. Obviously, you're not gonna care. You're not. You're just basically gonna be there like, okay, hey, like, what's up? Until you're tired of doing that, or if you're like me and you just like kind of like adding to the plot. I try to have fun with it. I try to be like, you know, well, that's a whole nother video. Let's not even go there. Let's not even go there, y'all. Cause y'all are about to be like, oh my god, she's crazy. Yeah. I just have fun. I just be having fun. Any guy that I meet, any time, like I try not to take myself too seriously, but I'm very like open and I communicate and things like that. But at the same time, like again, staying playful and keeping your energy light. If I'm on a date, I try to avoid being like all interviewee, you know, and even on a phone call and like conversing with men, like I just try to, and just in general, I just try to have fun and have interesting conversations and be different and like, I just want to have fun. Like at the end of the day, like just like the song says, girls just want to have fun. So even if I'm dealing with somebody, typically, now I kind of don't even have like the patience or the time to be, you know, back and forth with people or whatever. But typically, like, I will have fun with just conversation. I will, you know, maybe say a little something to shake somebody up. Just for the heck of it. Just for y'all be like, she's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, I'd be having fun. I'd be having fun with things. You know, and hey, I have a lot of stories. Guys, you have no idea. One day maybe I'll write a book. Okay, I have so many stories. Keeping all my girlfriends entertained. All right. So the last thing that I want to share with you guys is kind of a way that I try to keep myself centered and you know, making sure that I'm just keeping my energy light and playful and juicy and all the good things, right? Is just making sure that I go inward each day. Going inward each day, spending time with myself, whether that's journaling, spending time meditating. I did share with you guys, I am kind of practicing my meditation practice as I go to sleep. Also prayer. You know, prayer can be also very relaxing for your nervous system, depending on how you pray. But I think for me, like, it can be very cathartic sometimes when I pray. It can be very like mellow and relaxing sometimes when I pray. I can also get very excited sometimes when I pray. So it depends. But, you know, just having that time where you are connecting just with God or, you know, and also just inside of yourself. I say both. And I would say manifestation is something I'm really, or not manifestation, sorry, blah, 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 blah. Meditation is something I'm really trying to get a consistent practice with. Because like I said to you guys, when I go to sleep at night, like my brain is like running, typically. And it takes me a while to really calm down. So I want to get into a practice where I do my meditation before bed, but also I am winding down at the end of the night. So I'm spending time drinking my tea or my hot chocolate, and I'm spending time, you know, journaling and reading my romance novel and going into La La Land and like, you know, and reading, like, I feel like I mentioned this before, but you know, just reading is also really good to kind of get into that playful energy because you're using your imagination and you're thinking about the characters and all the things. So every day, like just trying to kind of get into that mode. And I love romance novels because you already know I'm a lover girl, okay? I'm a lover, not a fighter, not a hater, okay? I really am. So I love the romance novels and it's just fun. It's literally just fun. So, you know, getting into that mode and then like allowing my nervous system and my body to really calm down before I go to sleep. Because I've noticed that sleep is definitely something that I, you know, need to make sure that I'm getting a lot of quality sleep. Especially, you guys know I also practice cycle syncing. I have like a whole series on that, so definitely check that out on my channel if you're interested. And I really know, especially during my luteal and my menstrual phase, I sleep a lot more. I need a lot more sleep. I'm usually a lot more, you know, tired and, you know, I try to sleep well, you know, all throughout, but especially during that time, I tend to be less energy and more tired. So I really try to make sure I'm taking care of myself during that phase. And yeah, that's really everything that I wanted to share with you guys. I hope that, at the end of this year, we're kind of all taking that special extra time to make sure that we are staying aligned, that we are keeping our energy light and playful and juicy, and just, really doing the work and being intentional, with this, so that we can make sure that we are going to be our best selves. We're showing up as our best selves, and we're taking care of ourselves in the process. Okay, ladies? Okay. I am gonna love you and leave you. I have literally been chit-chatting on here for 40 minutes. So this was fun. I am going to see you guys in another video. Definitely will be going live soon. This was really fun and easy, and I loved it. So I'm gonna be seeing you guys soon in another video. Bye. Love you and see you next time.